Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for BNB. Electra busts Will and Dylan at the beach house. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Electra Forrester will be shocked to learn that her new homeless best friend is attempting to steal her guy. It seems that Electra enjoys charitable endeavors, and she was overjoyed to provide Miss Dylan with lodging. She will, however, have to learn the hard way not to move in with strange ladies, according to BNB spoilers. Dylan has undoubtedly noticed Will Spencer Jr.'s good looks. He was already in the shower when the homeless art instructor was seen staring at him. She now has a position at Forrester Creations, where she will work beside him during the day. It's a prescription for catastrophe, and while we all saw it coming, Electra didn't. According to previews for next week's BNB, Electra Forrester will become suspicious of Will and Dylan because of the amount of time her boyfriend has been devoting to their charity case. Before assisting Dylan in moving into the guest house, she probably needed to have considered that. According to the soap opera's teasers, Electra will be upset when she sees Dylan and Will bonding. When it comes to her boyfriend, Electra's only rival is the insane Luna Nozawa. Everyone is aware that she exploited Will Spencer, and if he had been sane, he would have rejected her. This time is unique and, dare we say it, reciprocated. Electra turns to someone unexpected according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. RJ Forrester, Electra's fictitious cousin, will fall in love with her. Could Electra find love elsewhere if Will begins to focus too heavily on his new roommate? Do you believe Will Spencer will have an extramarital affair with Dylan? Or is she just another Luna Nozawa-like stalker? Does Electra need to worry? Deacon gets sidetracked, Taylor loses control, and Steffi makes a desperate plea. Spoilers for Wednesday, January 21, 2026, are available for The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans should anticipate that Steffi Forrester Finnegan will keep arguing with her mother. However, Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes lose control a little later. Steffi Forrester Finnegan's desperate request. Let's begin with Steffi, who, following Deacon's therapy session, spied on her mother while she dictated notes. The brunette informed her mother once more that she was unable to keep seeing Deacon. Steffi confronted Taylor when she said it was simply professional. Taylor eventually had to acknowledge that she does harbor feelings for Deacon. Steffi reminded her mother, though, that Deacon is more than simply a married man. Sheila Carter Sharp is his wife. Sheila might lose her mind once more if she smells betrayal. Taylor Hayes' empty promise. Sheila is aware that Deacon has been preoccupied despite his silence. She even stuck her chest in his face, but he didn't react. Sheila doesn't appear to be suspicious that Deacon and Taylor are becoming too close as of yet. But as Taylor takes more chances and more people become aware of it, that ought to change. Taylor does pledge to ensure that nothing occurs. But we are certain that Taylor is going to succumb to Deacon's allure. Deacon Sharp distracted. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon may become increasingly more preoccupied as he grows closer to Taylor. Taylor may become the only thing on the man's mind. Sheila will perceive him as less of a spouse the more preoccupied he is with Taylor. She will eventually discover the truth. It will take an army to stop her from tearing Taylor to pieces when that occurs. The consequences will worsen the longer Sheila is deceived. Losing control. Characters losing control appears to be a current issue in the soap opera. Deacon and Taylor are with us. Lee Finnegan's patience will also be put to the test, along with Sheila. Deke Sharp's complex sentiments for Deke Sharp are another. Dylan, Will Spencer, Electra Forrester, and RJ Forrester are also present. So, keep an eye out for all the drama and excitement. Katie and Eric, two ecstatic BNB fans, will cause mayhem at Forrester Creations. Fans are excitedly awaiting the fallout from Eric Forrester's agreement to serve as the principal designer of Katie Logan's first fashion line on The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans are drooling over The Bold and the Beautiful's unexpected turn of events. They anticipate the fallout even though many of them anticipated this plot. Eric Forrester offered to create Katie's first collection. Many followers believe that Forrester Creations will take notice of this. Important lessons. Eric Forrester wasn't prepared to retire quite yet. He was compelled by Ridge to resign from his role as Forrester Creations designer. Eric made the decision to create Katie's first collection. Fans of BNB believe that this plot will lead to mayhem. Eric consents to be Katie's lead designer. Katie contacted Eric for guidance on how to successfully manage a fashion house. She desired his knowledge. Eric sensed their mutual enthusiasm. In order to guarantee that Katie's debut collection would be an instant success, he chose to design it. Fans of B&B are laughing at this plot on Reddit. A few of them are looking forward to the impending fight. Katie's theft of their expired Logan trademark has already angered Ridge and Brooke. Hold off until they discover that she also has their previous main designer. His son dismissed him, a Redditor contended. Like an old shoe, he was thrown out. And this show needs some chaos. How many times must we put up with the same old villains and love triangles? I'm prepared for some classic fashion fights. Another person said something similar, saying, "It's going to be delicious mayhem, and I'm ready." "It will be mayhem, the good kind," commented a third Redditor. Another viewer clarified, saying, "It creates tension that the show needs." Additionally, because Katie is starting out with nothing more than a brand and a marketing campaign, it would be interesting if Eric could steal talent from Forrester Creations or another fashion business to fill the ranks at Logan. Ridge may have retired Eric before he was prepared to retire. Many B&B watchers are also incensed by Ridge and Brooke's response to Katie's fashion house. The majority of them would be happy to see the couple receive their just desserts. How will the truth be revealed? For the time being, Eric urged Katie to keep their partnership a secret. It will turn into a PR disaster if the news is released. Why would Forrester Creations creator work for a startup? With Brooke and Ridge in particular, Eric will have a lot of explaining to do. This will simply be perceived by them as yet another betrayal. Naturally, Katie is not skilled in fashion design. She therefore needed to employ someone to create her debut collection. Some supporters, meanwhile, want Eric to mentor Deke. Until their first fashion show, Eric might be able to conceal himself behind Deke's name. Ridge would then be in for the biggest surprise of his life. Additionally, RJ can decide to change his mind and collaborate with his grandfather once more. It will be a mess either way. Are you excited about the impending chaos? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below. Will Bold and Beautiful be leaving? On the one hand, it makes sense that Will, the young star of Bold and Beautiful, would be concerned about his career being jeopardized by his mother's departure from Forrester Creations to launch her own design firm. He expressed this concern in the January 20th episode. However, why would he want to remain at Forrester at all? As it stands, Will only joined Forrester as an intern after Katie encouraged him to do so. He has spent the majority of his time making out with girlfriend Electra since he started working there. Even though we don't know what Will actually works there, he is now portrayed as a figure who is eager to learn everything there is to know about fashion. Ridge reassured him that his role as a senior intern would not be impacted by Katie's desertion. Magnificent intern? Extraordinary Nepo baby? The designer even claimed that Will had a wonderful combination of his mother's work ethic and his father's ambition. Will, however, is wealthy. Like extremely wealthy. When he could spend his days surfing and stopping by Electra for a little nookie, why would he want to work at all? We can only assume it's so that later on, Ridge and Brooke will ask the young man to spy on Logan's activities in order to gauge his devotion. Maybe Bridge will even take a cue from the original Sally and persuade Will to take pictures of Logan's designs as a kind of first look. The Bold and the Beautiful blind item explodes. An unexpected breakup is coming, and all signs point to Shin finally cracking. No relationship on the Bold and the Beautiful is ever really safe. But when rumors of an unexpected breakup rocking Los Angeles in 2026 began to circulate, fans quickly focused on the one couple no one ever expects to split. Dr. John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan. The supposedly rock-solid union. The canvas's emotional center. Sheila Carter, Finn's death, a miraculous resurrection, the trauma of kidnapping, and constant meddling were all experienced by the pair. However, if the blind item is correct, as history indicates, Shin might finally be approaching the one challenge they are unable to conquer. Not adultery. Avoid temptation. Not split allegiances in fashion conflicts. But blood. Why fans are concerned about this blind item? Blind objects seldom provide clear explanations. That's the idea. They provide suggestions. They are misguided. Fans are challenged to make the connection. According to reports, this one teases an unexpected breakup, a pair no one anticipates, fallout linked to growing violence, long simmering family tension. Fans immediately ruled out the obvious. Hope and Liam? Too predictable. Brooke and Ridge? Tuesday. Electra and Will? Hardly established. Sheila and Deacon? Already doomed. This leaves Shin, the duo that everyone believes to be untouchable. They fit the blind item well because of this. Shin, the most stable couple on the show. On paper, Steffi and Finn seem unshakable. They have children together. They've made it through death. They've restored confidence. In dire situations, they have consistently picked one another. In actuality, Steffi and Finn presently have the longest-running active marriage on the show, with the exception of Eric Forrester and Donna Logan. They are the most narratively alluring relationship to break because of that alone. Because steadiness is not always rewarded in soap operas. They demolish it. The blind item alludes to the fashion wars that are creating havoc throughout Los Angeles. And it is true that they will destroy many relationships, but they are the catalyst rather than the cause. The crucial information that fans are overlooking, though, is that those breakups won't be shocking. Hope and Liam are already at odds. Electra and Will are torn between rival families. On impulse, Ridge and Brooke turn against one another. Those casualties are to be expected. The blind item clearly states unexpected, indicating that fashion politics is not the only factor in the breakup. The pressure cooker is nothing more than the fashion war. The actual bomb? Carter Sheila. Sheila Carter. The one threat Shin never fully defeated Finn's biological mother, has always cast a shadow over Steffi and Finn's marriage. Sheila Carter is more than just an annoyance. She is more than a wild card. She is more than just a redeemed villain with a tenuous storyline. She is a ticking time bomb. And each time Steffi and Finn think they've neutralized her, she reappears, this time with more intelligence, rage, and desperation. Now that Taylor Hayes is venturing into risky emotional area and Sheila's marriage to Deacon Sharp is failing, the fuse is lighted. Taylor Hayes. The catalyst no one can ignore. To be clear, Taylor is the starting point of this whole chain reaction. Playing with fire is what Taylor Hayes is doing. She has a strong emotional bond with Deacon Sharp. She's going too far. She is doing this with complete knowledge of Sheila Carter's past. The alarm has already been set off by Steffi. Hope has been cautioned. Finn is aware of the danger. However, nothing has halted the momentum. That is important. Because Sheila won't blame Deacon alone when she finds out. Not if, but when. She will hold Taylor accountable. Sheila is also not forgiving. She strikes back. Sheila's warpath. Why this time is different. Sheila Carter has a history of violent outbursts. However, the stakes are different this time. She thinks Taylor kept her marriage intact. Taylor is seen by her as a moral compass, a guardian, an emblem of authority. Learning that Taylor had deceived her? That goes beyond simple jealousy. Humiliation is what that is. And Sheila's anger turns into violence due of humiliation. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful already suggest that Sheila will go on a violent rampage. Not a tantrum, not manipulation, but action. Sheila's actions also cause harm to innocent people. The crossfire issue. Steffi is not safe at this point. Shin's marriage is at risk. Steffi will step in if Sheila goes after Taylor. She does it every time. When her mother is in danger, she cannot watch helplessly. Steffi is immediately caught in the crossfire as a result. And if Taylor is even threatened, hurt, or worse by Sheila, Finn will never look the same to Steffi again. Finn's unattainable status. Husband or son? Finn had been attempting to compartmentalize Sheila for years. He establishes limits. He pulls away. He gives Steffi comfort. But when blood is spilled, boundaries mean nothing. Finn's previous self-control will appear ineffective if Sheila harms Taylor or, God forbid, kills her. Steffi won't inquire. Did you intend for this to occur? Why didn't you stop her? She will inquire. And Finn cannot be saved by any response. According to spoilers for the lie by omission that may doom the marriage, Finn has lied to Sheila about Taylor and Deacon's relationship, or at the very least concealed important facts. That is important. When the truth is revealed, Steffi will see that Finn was aware that Sheila was praising Taylor without realizing the betrayal. It will seem like complicity to remain silent. Furthermore, whether deliberate or not, Steffi will not put up with betrayal. What happens if Taylor is killed or injured? Fans are whispering about this horrible situation. If Sheila hurts Taylor, Steffi's sorrow evolves into anger. Finn becomes a symbol of failure, and the marriage breaks down due to blame. If Sheila kills Taylor, the marriage might not last at all since Steffi will never forgive Sheila. Furthermore, she might never be able to forgive Finn for being her son. Why this would be the unexpected breakup on the surface? Shin ought to be resilient. Viewers would be shocked by this breakup because of this. Not because it doesn't make sense, but rather because, despite what logic may suggest, it makes too much sense on an emotional level. Beyond her marriage, Steffi is devoted to her mother. Has always done so. I always will. Additionally, Steffi has tolerated rather than welcomed Finn's allegiance to Sheila, even when it is passive. The true significance of the blind object: this blind object has nothing to do with cheating. It has nothing to do with temptation. It has nothing to do with boredom. It has to do with irreversible emotional harm. The sort that love is unable to mend. The kind that trust is unable to endure. The kind that transforms forever into, I can't do this anymore. Conclusion. Shin is standing on a fault line if Sheila Carter goes too far. As all indications point to, Steffi and Finn's marriage may eventually fall apart. Not because they're not in love, but because killing cannot be undone by love. Shin has been the show's moral focal point for years on The Bold and the Beautiful. For shock, plot, and a 2026 that is expected to be darker, dirtier, and far more brutal, they are therefore the ideal couple to sacrifice. Hope tests lovesick Deacon and Steffi's next eavesdropping surprise. While Hope Logan Spencer questioned the infatuated Deacon Sharp, Steffi Forrester Finnegan had her next eavesdropping surprise. Sheila Sharp attempted to flirt with Deacon at home, but he appeared preoccupied. Sheila eventually inquired about Taylor Hayes' situation, but she was relieved to learn that Deacon had another appointment because she still believed the doctor had saved their marriage. Soon after Sheila departed, Hope arrived and asked Deacon about Taylor. Deacon was upset that Deke Sharp had revealed the specifics of their private discussion, but Hope countered that Steffi would have told her about Taylor anyhow. Hope was prepared to encourage Deacon and Taylor's relationship if they had something great, despite how difficult everything was. Deacon maintained that he was married and believed that going in that direction would be too risky, because Sheila would lose it. Sheila complained to Lee Finnegan about Deacon's children not accepting her at Il Giardino, but Lee pretended that it didn't matter as long as Sheila and Deacon were devoted to one another. Sheila continued to be appreciative of Taylor's help. Steffi overheard Taylor talking out loud and taking notes on Deacon in her office. Steffi encouraged her mother to get rid of Deacon once more after realizing he was still Taylor's patient. Although Taylor acknowledged that she hadn't pursued her feelings for Deacon, it was comforting to know that she could feel that way about someone following her split with Ridge Forrester. Although Steffi was in favor of Taylor moving on, she emphasized that it couldn't be with Sheila's spouse. Steffi drew the line and became emotional, because she didn't want to lose Taylor to Sheila's wild side. Deacon was off-limits to her. Will Spencer made an appearance in the Forrester showroom during Tuesday's B&B program, remarking on the return of the Golden Boy. Will confessed that he was fortunate to have Electra as his girlfriend after RJ Forrester raved about how fortunate he was. As Will made out with Electra and arranged to eat chicken teriyaki for dinner at the beach home, RJ appeared a little uneasy. Dylan showed up with laundry after Will went home to grill it and promised not to interfere with his romantic plans for the evening. When Ivy Forrester called Electra back at Forrester Creations, she realized she would have to remain late at work. That meant Electra wouldn't be going out to eat chicken teriyaki with Will as she had intended. RJ understood. Will was sympathetic to Electra's need to cancel, even if she gave him some disheartening details over the phone. Dylan appeared with inquiries after Will disconnected. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, this may be the beginning of Will and Electra's separation, so pay attention. Taylor argues that her relationship with Deacon is extremely professional. Taylor defended their relationship, stating that it was purely professional, despite Steffi's warning to avoid Deacon. Taylor's office was visited by Steffi. She listened as Taylor spoke into her recorder. She affirmed that she and Deacon were still dating. Steffi confronted her mother about continuing to see him after storming into the office. Taylor maintained that they had a professional relationship. Nothing about it is personal. She is merely assisting him in making progress. They will never have a love connection. But Steffi cautioned that Sheila might pursue her once more. She doesn't really threaten Sheila, according to Taylor. As of yet, nothing has occurred. During their sessions, Taylor acknowledged that she felt something. Deacon reassured her that Ridge didn't actually break her, and that she might still feel that way. Why it matters. Sheila is a monster who attempted to kill Steffi and Finn, and Steffi wants Taylor to be safe. She had previously attempted to murder Taylor as well. Taylor is giving the woman who ruined their lives access by seeing Deacon. Hayes and Kelly are Steffi's children, and she fiercely defends them. Any connection to Deacon, in her opinion, is a connection to Sheila and might put them in danger. Steffi finds it distressing to witness her mother harbor affections for a man who is wed to a heartless murderer. The possible repercussions: Steffi might stop seeing Taylor if she keeps going to therapy sessions with Deacon. This implies that Taylor might not be able to see Kelly and Hayes, her grandchildren. Steffi won't allow them to be near anyone who is close to Sheila. Taylor made an effort to reintegrate with the family. To spend more time with them, she went back to Los Angeles. Because of her developing affections for Deacon, she is now in danger of losing them. Taylor can become vulnerable and cut off from Steffi, Ridge, and Thomas if she gives in to her love for Deacon. If Sheila pursues her, no one will support her.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.